What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. I want to appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's hop right into this video. Early access for Battlefield 2042 will be here Friday. As you can imagine, there's probably not going to be too much more news coming out because, hey, it's time to play. So I just want to do a quick summary about everything that we know about Battlefield 2042 before it hits early access on Friday. As in previous videos, I will leave the link to the sources that I use in this video down in the description below. So as we all know, Battlefield 5 was the latest release that we have received from the Battlefield series. So that leaves the question, what's going to be different in this Battlefield that's going to be different from the rest? So different from most of the series games, Battlefield 2042 is allegedly returning to its roots. Now, what I mean by that is it's going to be a 100% multiplayer game. I am sad by that because I am a campaign player. If you guys go back and look at my channel, I play straight story mode games, so I am a little sad about that, but let's hope that sacrificing the campaign brings better quality to the multiplayer. Now, there will be a little bit of story to the game, but they're going to be delivering it through their specialists, kind of like Black Ops 4 did upon that release. I know that game did not have a campaign, however there were small stories and backgrounds to each specialist. So without a campaign, what's the reason we're fighting? What's going on? So according to Game Informer, a globe already distressed from the effects of climate change finds itself in times of war after a series of calamities breaks into semblance of peace. Satellites littering the Earth's atmosphere fall victim to an event known as the Kessler effect, where the critical mass of machinery collides with one another, creating a cascading torrent of destruction. More than 70% of the planet's satellite gone. Communication and location systems are largely down. Because of strains to the supply chain, Russia and the US are locked in an escalating skirmish for food and resources. Increasingly ferocious storms and overall climate conditions have forced displaced individuals called no-pass to choose a side in the conflict. So once again, the United States and Russia are at war. And it seems like because of the climate change, that's how we're going to be having all these tornadoes, sandstorms, blizzards, whatever you want to call it. As bad as it sounds for natural events, I'm quite excited to see how the levels change, especially when the climate reaches its peak. So as far as multiplayer, the thing that we can expect is obviously Conquest and Breakthrough, which were, in my opinion, they were very fun modes in the previous Battlefields. There'll be 128 players on one server. Now, this is only if you have PC or next gen consoles. If you have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, your system will only support 64 players. Now, we've seen a bunch of different maps being displayed, especially with the Portal gameplay. That means old maps and new maps. Battlefield has always been on top of it with maps, in my opinion. Especially my favorite thing about them is they bring different ways to play the game. So the new maps are going to be Orbital. It's the place where you've seen fighters fighting around the rocket, and I believe that's what we played in the beta. Discarded, which is a stripped down Indian shipyard. We have Hourglass, a Qatar city ravaged by sandstorms. Now, the maps that are returning, I haven't played all of them before, I have to be honest. I did play 1942 briefly, and I did play all of the other Battlefields. However, the ones I played the most were Battlefield 3 and 4. And I think there's a few more in there that I might be leaving out. So we've been seeing a lot of this gameplay called Portal. Basically, it's allowing players to create their own experience for Battlefield. I know everybody's seen the clip where everybody had either a defibrillator or a knife fighting each other, and that was it. So basically, that's what Portal is. I would relate it to something like Halo's Forge or Fortnite's Creative, however, not that much in depth probably. Instead of changing the actual map and its layout, I believe it's just changing the rules and what you can do. Now, there are limitations. I did read somewhere that they are putting in some type of, there'll be a system in the game that won't allow players to grind out XP doing maybe something that's not what the Portal mode is intended for. You'll be able to combine Battlefield 2042, Battlefield 1942, and Battlefield Bad Company 2. Those are the ones I know for sure that will be in the game. Now, Battlefield 3 and 4, maybe they'll have some weapons from that. I cannot confirm that as of right now. Moving on, we're going to talk about some Hazard Zone. Basically, what Hazard Zone is you're going to be in teams of 4, you're going to land on the map, and you're going to complete an objective, and then you have to proceed with your extraction without getting killed. Now, respawns are kind of like Warzone in that matter. Basically, if you die, your teammates can buy you back, or they can take you to a revive station. Basically, what you get when you complete the objectives is obviously you get XP, but if you don't, so basically you and your team can stay in the game as long as you want, as long as you can stay alive. And the longer you're in the game, the better the rewards are for you. But just remember, as long as you're in the game, you can die and you will not receive those rewards for which you've been grinding for that long. You'll definitely get some type of XP, and you'll get what they call dark market credits, which will inevitably get you better gear for the next time you play in Hazard Zone. So we all know that we're now getting specialists. Specialists are basically operators, just like in the recent Call of Duty games. But kind of like in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, the specialists have special abilities. For example, you have your medic specialist, you have sniper specialist, grenadiers, well, that's what I like to call them, but I believe there will be your support class. And each specialist comes with a backstory, as mentioned before. Upon launch, there'll be a total of 10 specialists, and their kits will be fully customizable. I have no idea if they're going to be using a battle pass system that allows us to unlock more, or if they'll be gradually adding new specialists to the game. I'm definitely excited to see that. So the official release date for Battlefield 2042 is November 19th. However, with the Battlefield Gold Edition and Battlefield Ultimate, you can play the game November 12th, or if you have EA Play or Xbox Game Pass, then that'll allow you to play for 10 hours. Now, I believe this 10-hour period is the amount of time you spend on the game, and it's not a set period. So it's not like from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I just want to give a brief summary on what we can expect on launch day of Battlefield 2042. So once again, I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button. Consider subscribing. I'm definitely going to be streaming this game a lot when it comes out. This is Blade, the Rebel King, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.